Hello, welcome to Animal Audit Corner. Now, you got your aids from either the Aftermath Foundation or the SPTV Foundation. You got your car, your clothes on your back, a roof over your head. But there's only one thing you need to survive with, and that is cooking. Because technically, you're eventually going to have to do your own cooking. So here it is. Now, you don't have to be out of a cult to actually learn this recipe. You guys at home can also join in, the ones that didn't join the cult as well. So let's do it. All right. Today I'll be making not candy jam, but cider jams and a Middle Eastern rice. And you're going to love that rice. It's unbelievable. It's like a cake form rice. I will do that recipe later. So I guess it's going to take, an hour and 45 minutes. Okay, let me put my hair up so I won't get no food. Won't get anything in my, so I don't get anything in any hair in my food. So it's up. All right, so now, yeah, I should wash my hands, but guess what? I don't want any dead air. So now we're going to grab our peeler and we're going to peel these sweet potatoes. So let's do it. Okay, while I'm peeling these potatoes, I did get a task completed for the SPTV Foundation. Aaron should be getting it, let's see, about now, or he might have already got this. So, and am I going to tell you what it is? Now, let's see. Once Aaron gets it, and I get it when he sends me a notice, I'll let you know what it is, because we don't want any interference from the outside, and that means Scientology. So I'm not going to say what it is. I'm going to wait until Aaron completes that task. So and it is exciting. So that task is completely done. I got really excited about that. All right. And what else is going on? The ISAIAS event takes place today in Sussex Hill, England. Or is it London, England? Yep. And Alex and the rest of the crew down there will protest that event. So it is amazing that All right. Okay. And yeah, the event's going to take place, I bet you, later. And let's see. I might, if it's possible, yeah, those people are unbelievable. Telemarketers. Okay, anyways. All right. And, okay, what else is going on? Yep, I'll try and come on and see if I can get on without any copyrights. But the last time I didn't get any copyright strikes, and that was back in Father's Day. And I did get on without any copyright strikes. And In Spirit was a part of the protest. So I didn't get any copyright strikes on that. Okay. So who's going to be there? You know what? My guess is I doubt Tom Cruise is going to be there after the humiliation with Leah Remedy. So I'm skeptical about that. So if he's there, he's there. But you know what? I don't think he's going to show his face in public. If he does, who cares anyways? But this is my theory. Okay. And all right. Okay. What else is going on? Is Nancy Cartwright going to be there? I don't know. Is Jenna Elfman going to be there? I don't know. But this is so funny. I think it was maybe last year or the year before. They took a photograph of the audience, and guess what? Jenna Elfman looked like she was standing at two places at once. It was hilarious. It was double. They actually, I can't actually believe they actually lengthened that thing and made it look like a big audience when it's obvious. It's unbelievable. It was so funny. If you can look at one of either, let's see, 24, I think it was 24 SIAS event. Take a look at that photograph. I mean, it was blowing up, and it looked like Jenna Elfman was standing in two places at once. And they just made it obvious. It's funny. Okay. I can't get over it. It's so unbelievable. All right. And all right. So I may come on later if they're actually showing it on YouTube. I will bring it on later. So I did it back in Father's Day. I didn't get any copyright strikes, so I assume it's fine. So I was with them. I did not take any kind of credit. So it's a shared credit, I think. So might bring it to you later. And let's see. What else? Yeah. They did have their Halloween party yesterday on L. Ron Hubbard Drive in Los Angeles. Now, it looks like her audit LA's constitutional rights has been respected, and I assume Laura's has been respected. And let's see. And the police officers didn't make any arrests. And yeah, it's horrible that they think they can just own the street like that. It just bothers me big time. And it should bother everybody else. It bothers all the neighbors there. They can't get out of their driveway. They just do whatever they want. So they probably have to call somebody to pick them up, whatever. They think they own the road. So, and let's see. And as you know, Brad Pitt and Johnny Depp passed on. Yeah, they were awfully young, and it's tragic. When people go, when people actually pass on at a young age, we tend to be all right. So, okay, it's done. All right. It's tragic when they go early. So, yeah. And let's see. Now, they did a story about the people that actually made the announcement about the deaths made it sound like Oprah Winfrey died when it looked like she didn't. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what's up with that. And they were also talking about Tom Cruise like he was dead now. I don't think he's dead. Yeah. Okay. All right, there we go. Now, I am going to dump this. Okay, now grab out a big pot, because guess what? It's gonna need it. All right. Okay, so let's see. For this, we're gonna need our cider. Grab out that cider. So put it right here. All right. That should be about 4 cups, I think. Should be enough. All right. Oh, we're going to need our apples. That's what I'm forgetting. So let's grab our apples. Yeah, I forgot the apples, everybody. Okay. Now, I am doing I forgot the name of this. I forgot to tell you what I'm going to call this. It's Countdown to Thanksgiving. And what I'm going to do is do all the side dishes that you can find on your Thanksgiving Day dinner table. So there we go. All right, we're going to wash out these 5 apples. All right. Okay. Now, before I actually chop up those apples, I'm going to chop these up. Now, I can use a bigger knife, but guess what? I'm a little bit of a chicken, so I'm going to use a small one. All right, so okay. Now, be sure you actually cut each and every one of them in a small pieces. All right. Now while this is cooking, I'll be standing here. So I don't think that I am gonna actually move from here. I'm gonna stand here the entire time, so I don't think it's gonna burn. What? Guess what? If I get too comfortable, yes, I let it burn. Plus, I'm hoping it turns out, because guess what? I don't do anything advanced. You guys know this, and I repeat this on it every time I come on the show with you. So, and just in case you didn't get my message, oh geez, I hope it doesn't get dark on me. So, all right. You know what? Just throw these in. I'm not going to take all that time. Just make sure it's sliced a little bit smaller. Okay. All right. Okay. All right, here we go. We're going to dump this in. Okay. All right, and let's see. What else is going down? Of course, you know what? I haven't been seeing. Okay, you know what? I'm going to turn on the light. All right, it's a little better. Hopefully I don't have to grab out the other light during this show. So, all right, cut it up. Okay. Yep. While I'm cutting, we don't want any dead air. So I will be talking about the cult of Scientology and maybe other types of conversation, just so they wouldn't be dead air. So, okay. And all right. You know what? It's always tragic when a cult takes over. And Scientology did. And you know, the empty town in Clearwater, Florida, due to Scientology. All because of David Miscavige not wanting to be around other Scientologists. So guess what? He broke the law. He's getting away with it. So I'm going to see what else I'm going to do. Now, I know this lawyer. I know of a lawyer. I've met her. I don't see her on a regular basis. I just hope I remember the person's name. I'm not going to mention her name on camera. So, just so Scientology won't get near her or her family. All right. So, okay. So, something has definitely got to be done. All right. Okay. 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 All right. Now we're gonna grab this giant cup-like bowl, whatever, and I'm gonna pour in. Let's see. Two cups of cider. This is great. I get to drink this later. All right. Oh, darn. Okay, let's see here. You know what? Let me do this because I really need this for my water. So, okay. Alrighty, let's see here. All right. Okay. All right. Now, I'm running low on recipes that I'm making. So later on, we're going to make a crust for our quiche Diane tomorrow, or whatever it is tomorrow, quiche tomorrow. So we're going to add a cup of water. Okay, we're going to dump that in. And now we're going to grab a small whisk. So let's see here. I have the other one, my broth in the other cup, so I could use that. Alrighty, so we got the small whisk. All right, now, oh geez, we're gonna grab 2 teaspoons cinnamon. Now this is going to be enriched with vitamin C. Even though it is pasteurized and does have a little bit more sugar, but it is enriched with vitamin C. So, and we're going to put a half a teaspoon of nutmeg. Or you know what? Oh. I got my glasses this time around, so we're not going to miss anything. Yeah. 1/4. 1/2. Okay. We'll just use this in twice and it'll be 1/3. 1, 2. All right. Now we're going to put these away. All right. So that'll do it for my glasses. Now we're going to mix it up. With a smaller whisk until it disappears. You know, herbs and spices are good for you, and then it's also beneficial. So I forgot what the cinnamon was for, but oh geez, you know what? Next time I should be looking it up. Then I'm going to turn on the oven. All right. All righty, there we go. Oh, dead air. Let me think here. Let's see. Okay. What else is going down? Yeah, other than me complaining. My task with the SPTV Foundation. And, well, I completed 3 tasks or 2, whatever. And one of them is for Clubhouse International or Clubhouse Coalition. And, of course, that organization, I always would pick, helps adults with mental illness find jobs and a place to live, which the Aftermath Foundation does, but it's also a clubhouse, so they're going to be having activities, and they'll be having lunches, and since it's a clubhouse, they will have activities, and it has an excellent recovery program. The whole Club International, and there's one in Japan, London, where Alex is, of course, and yeah, they have an excellent recovery program. So, all right, so there we go. It's all mixed up. So I did complete a task. So I am doing, not just saying. So what is next? What am I going to do for the SPTV next? Let me think. You know what? I am going to take the wait and see approach. So will I actually do something else? We'll see. So, all right, dump this in the microwave, and we dump this right in a pot. Okay. Looks like we're going to need a half cup more. All right. All right. Because we don't want this to burn. Ah, boy. All right. I think it's about a cup more. Yeah, that should be it. All right. But make sure your sweet potatoes are not buried in the water. So make sure it's not actually under the water. So then I'm going to let that cook up. I am just so excited about this because I got new utensils. Of course, you know, my old one melted to death. Okay. So I'm going to mix this up. Make sure it's totally in there. You're going to actually make sure that you really keep an eye on this because I don't think okay. Yeah. Just make sure it's ends up being like, let's see. It's much left. Make sure there is at least some cider left in there. Because if it's gone, that's it. That means it burned. It's a goner. So a little of it still has to be in there. All right. So We're going to close the lid, let it cook. Where is, oh, here it is. Okay. Now we're going to turn it on medium heat. Okay. And let it cook. Now, oh, no, not yet. Because guess what? We have to put the apples in. Okay, so let's peel our apples. So I almost jumped the gun and turned it on. So we still have our peeler. Yay. Okay, so now we're going to cut it. Oh, you know what? Let me grab my tool. I forgot to grab that out. Yeah. Okay. All right. Oh, here it is. All right. Yeah, you probably heard some noise in the background. Guess what? I just remembered that I have this, and this is more easier to use than this. It's a tool to take out the core and the apple, but this is better. So we're going to use this. Okay. All righty. Now. All righty. So we're peeling this. And what else is going down? Yeah, I told you on Friday what's going on in Clearwater, which is ridiculous. And it's unbelievable. I just can't get over the fact that Aaron is charged with first-degree assault when all he was using was chalk made out of cornstarch, the powder like chalk made out of cornstarch. And the guy that hit Erica only gets charged with second-degree felony, second-degree assault when she was hit 3 times with the car, then the car drives off. That was the most ridiculous thing. I just can't get over it. I had to spill it out one more time before. Yeah, it's one of the things that gets you so mad. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I hope the judge changes it, even though that's the charge. So now Aaron is looking forward to the day in court, but guess what? I'm not. That is the most ridiculous charge I ever heard. And All right. Now, everybody, get Jamie Mustard's book, Child X. That's his new book. I think that's book number 4 or 5. He might have did more than 5 of those books. It's just tragic what he went through. And his mother still believes that she is saving the world when in fact she's not. And his mother actually cut her off from her own son. And now I hope you watched my last week's episode of my story about Scientology versus the mafia and front groups or front businesses. Now, the mafia's front group is a business front, really, than more of a group. The only difference is, their staff gets a full salary. They don't treat them like slaves like Scientology does. In fact, if they were in the same room with Scientology, they would hate Scientology because they'll think that it would be unnecessary, and they're going to hate the fact that they're using children for slave labor and abusing them. I mean, they're particular about things like that. And if they knew about it and they're in the same room with David Miscavige and his posse, guess what? The mafia would have their own posse. And then they'll wipe them out. That's how much they would hate Scientology. So, no, they are not like the mafia. Only difference is they use a couple of things that they use. Fronts are one of them. When you're there to serve Scientology, you're there to serve Scientology. If you're there to serve mafia, you're there to serve the mafia. But however, that's where it stops with those 3. Now, they do those few stuff, but otherwise, no. What they have is not mafia-like tactics. The rest of them are not mafia-like tactics. They are Scientology-like tactics. So they don't go around breaking up families. And they can't draw attention to themselves like Scientology does. And they're not allowed to be connected to any law enforcement. Scientology is. Yeah. None of their guys can't be connected to any law enforcement. The idea that would happen is their life is over. So, can't be connected to any police. And they can't be related to anyone in the police. All right. Yeah. It's nothing like the mafia, even though they'll do a few of three of the things that they do. Like I just mentioned just a minute ago. So, am I going to do another mafia Scientology versus the mafia? Yes, eventually I will. Okay. All right. Okay. This time I really want to do an animal story, since I'm also an animal rights activist. And that's one other task that I'm trying to complete. I would love to protest. So, okay. Okay. All right. All righty. Okay. Now we're going to cut up the apples and put it in. All right. I'm going to put this in now. Okay. Cut this. Oh, right. Got to use this. So put this in the middle. You know what? Let me go blow my nose. I'll be right back. Ugh. All right. I am back. Sorry about that. You have to blow my nose. You know, you have to wash your hands. But yeah. Yeah. And I actually got on to, now we're going to stick this in little by little. I went on to a channel that describes how to do your YouTube video, and one of them is not mentioning personal things like I just mentioned right now. So all right, because I guess the viewers might be turned off by that. I don't know what the reason is. Maybe I should write them and ask. So guess what? My 20 views went down. So okay. All right. There we go. This is actually much better than this because slices right through it, and that's the end. I'm gonna throw this in there. Oh, so let me get this out. All right. Okay, put this in. Put those in. Grab the next Masina o Khinzor, which means apple in Armenian and Spanish. Okay, yeah. Now, I could make it an abortion salad, but I hate abortion salad. And that's with fruits, marshmallows, and coconut. And I hate coconut. But it looks like I'm going to actually have to buy the coconut base if I'm not anywhere in Whole Foods, because all they have is coconut based condensed milk. So, oh no, did I just, no, it's just my nail. All right, next apple. All right, and then we're gonna dump out the peels and the cores. All right. All righty. Okay. So we're going to take this out. We're going to take out some of the things that are actually still stuck on the apples. All right, so there we go. Stick those in. So remember, it's countdown to Thanksgiving side dishes. And we will be making dessert for all the Thanksgiving meals. And it's also going to include baklava. Okay. All righty. So I could make the baklava, but I'm going to actually make it close to Thanksgiving. So, all right. So I'm glad I am participating in this Scientology advocacy. I am really enjoying myself. I am advocating not for just animals' rights, human rights, but I'm going to be advocating for mental health is just so great. So I accidentally got into those two things. So, and you all know Scientology is against psychiatry, which is horrible. That L. Ron Hubbard actually said horrible things to them. And then at the end, he was taking medication for his mental illness. And that's how much Scientology knows about them. And then, as you know, Scientology burned all their files and they used Natalie Webster's sister, to get her to burn it. So, okay. So we're going to dump this out. All right. Okay, so there we are. All right, now we're going to mix this up again. Okay. Oh boy. Yeah, it's going to look like we're probably going to put another cup in. So let's see. I think this is about, yeah, let's just put a half of the cup in there. It's good. Okay, Just half a cup. All right, so there we go. So that's 2.5 cups of water, and then 2 cups cider. You can mix it up and then have it cook. So I'm gonna pull this aside on here, let that cook. Okay. So. All right. All right. I think it'll probably cook. So I do not do these things ahead of time, so you know that for sure. So I'm gonna put this here. Let it cook. All right, now we're gonna put this on medium heat, which is 4. All right. Goes into the sink. Goes into the sink. And I'm gonna be chopping up the pecans. So, okay. All righty. All right. So you're gonna need 2 cups of this. Now, if you run out, don't worry about it. But if you're down to the bottom, make sure you have a full bag. Okay, we're gonna need 2 cups of pecans. Okay. So here's the first cup. And there will be a second cup, so let me get a bowl. Let's make that maybe 4.5. Okay. Nah, I'll put it on 5 and keep an eye on it. And then if it's, because I'm on there with you and I'm just standing here. But usually have it on heat 4. Okay, have it on medium heat. All right. Okay, here we go. All right. Now we're going to chop up the pecans. Even though it's cut up into a half, but you know what? Use a bigger knife. Do as I say, not as I do. Okay, here, let me show you. Okay. Yeah, I'm chopping up the nuts. You know what? I should get something to show you, but you know what? I actually... All right. All right. You know what? I'm going to grab out the food processor. It will do much world good. So let me get that. All right. But I do have the plug here. So let's plug it in. Okay. There we go. We're going to actually put this in there. Maybe we'll add the 2 cups in because it'll be much better. So make sure it's like in pieces like this. Don't turn it into dust. So, all right, there we go. And I'm going to add another cup in there. Now, I did choose advocacy because I really wanted to keep myself busy and I really wanted to get one of my work out there So, okay. All right. Now, whether I'm on the directory or not, I still feel like an SPTV channel on there in spirit. I feel like I'm part of the SPTV family without the directory in spirit. So I am going to cut her some slack. Okay. But up to a certain point. So hopefully I am going to give it possibly till maybe January, December. All right, there we go. Let's see here. Yep, worked. Okay. So this is what it should look like. Don't totally chop it up. So just takes 2 strokes. All righty. It's much easier to do this with a food processor. And we're going to wash this. All right, there we go. Now this is going to go on top of the yams when it's done cooking. All right. Okay. And it has to be a little the side of left because the taste has to be in there. Not like a lot of it, but a little of it still should be in there. Okay. I'm going to take this off and put it back. All right, that should do that. Now we're going to go on to the rice. Now, for this, we're gonna take a cup of rice. Now the bottom of it still, maybe it should be the bottom should be a little bit more bigger. Make sure, if you make your rice, make sure it's a little bit bigger at the bottom. So for now, it looks like I'm gonna have to cut up 1 potato. So you're definitely gonna need a potato. So let me move this out of the way. And we're gonna make it up here because this is actually too small. So, all right. Okay. Now, okay, and then we're gonna use 2 teaspoons of dill weed. Now, make sure it's whole and not totally chopped up. Not like whole, I mean, when you originally see it. So if you can't find anything else, dill weed would do it. Dill weed would do fine, and it's okay. Take off the top. Yeah. All righty. All right. All right. Now we're going to use, let's see if we can just use 1 teaspoon. Okay. Use 1 teaspoon of that. Let's see. So let's see. We might have to put in another teaspoon. Okay. Yeah, it looks like we're going to have to put in another teaspoon. Alrighty, here we go. Hopefully we don't have to put in another one. If so, we're going to have to put half in. So let's see here. Yeah, let's just put the 1/4 in. Let's see what happens if we put 1/4 in. Okay. All right, I think that should do it. Yeah. All right. Now, this is a Middle Eastern rice. Now, I don't know what region it is. It's possibly that it's Arabic because one of my cousin's wife is from, let's see, Iraq. And she's definitely Armenian, so I think it might be an Iraqi dish, so I don't know. Okay. Yep, we're strictly a Middle Eastern family. Of course, you know, my parents immigrated here with my brother, who is a small child at the time here. So, yeah. Okay. Maybe we'll just put the 1/3 in and see how it turns out. Now, 2 of these makes 1/3. Okay, of course you know that. Okay. So we're going to just put this back. Alrighty. So that should be it, that one. So 2 1/3 teaspoon, two, or yeah, 2 1/3 teaspoon dill. Okay, I think that's how much I put in here. So I think I might have put in here. So stir it up. And make sure all of the dill goes in. Okay. So to be on the safe side, I will probably put the broth in. Yeah, let me cook this up first. So now the broth goes in first, and then when it boils, I add in the rice. Okay. All right, so it's 1 cup, 1 cup broth. So this is a vegan broth. I don't know what broth you use, but I use a vegan base. So, okay. And we're going to put 1 cup. Oh, no. You know, folks, I turned on the wrong one. I was supposed to turn this one on. Yeah, isn't that unbelievable? So, all right. Put the wrong thing on. So, and this is 1 cup of water. 1 cup broth, 1 cup water. Okay. Has to be balanced. Let's see here. Huh. Where's... Oh boy. You know what? I can't find the lid. Yeah, isn't that something? All right, let's see here. Oh boy. Let's see. Oh! Oh boy. Oh, I better get that off. It melted the whole thing, so I better get this off right now before it sets. All right, it is off. Oh boy. Things I do. Okay. All right, so where is that? Let me see here. Yeah, it is this. Let me wash this off. Okay. Okay. Let me see here. All right. I'm a bit of a daredevil, so I'm trying to get this off while it's sort of off and on because it's still trying to cool off. So there. All right. All right, there we go. All righty. Okay. All right, so now we're going to turn this on. I'm going to turn on 5, and then once it boils, I'm going to add this in. Hopefully all of the dill goes in too. Not then I'm going to probably have to scrape it off. So when it's time to actually dump it in, make sure the dill is in there. So I'm going to shake it and make sure it's actually in there. So, all right. Now let's see. Okay, I think maybe we should make the crust. I think I got the recipe in the living room. Let me get it. All right, here we go, the vegan High crust. Okay. All right. Oh boy. Oh, once again, I really did it. Okay, I'm gonna put that there. It's off. All right, here's the bowl that we're gonna be using. Yeah, I just. Okay. So this is gonna be for tomorrow's brunch. So after I'm done making it, I'm gonna wrap it up in plastic wrap and then put it in the refrigerator. Okay. And then we're going to make our quiche tomorrow. And maybe we'll make dessert for Thanksgiving. Yeah, I might make cookies, but if that's the case, I am going to actually put it in the freezer and keep it preserved. Okay. All right. All righty, there we go. All right. All right. Okay. Now. Okay, let's see. Oh. All right. Yeah, I had to wash this because I really need it for this recipe too. All right. Alrighty, here we go. Now, first things first, we're gonna put ice in this. Okay. So, alrighty. Here we go. Put the ice in this. I'm gonna put water in this and I missed the other two. So all right. And then we are going to put more ice in there till it's to the top. Okay. Now, it has to freeze the butter so it can actually stiffen up the butter a bit. Okay, so then that's it. All right. Oh boy, that thing fell on my toe and it pinched bad. But guess what? During winter, when an icicle falls on your foot, make sure it's not heavy because it can do damage. With the ice, it pinched my foot. Okay. All right. Now, be sure to fill up the ice tray again. So, there we go. Now I got the butter out. You know what? I'm going to wait on this. All right. Okay. So, I am going to fill this with water. I'm going to put it here for now. Right. And then maybe I'll drink it later. Who knows? Okay. Now, okay. I'm going to move this aside for now. Oh, boy. All right. It's almost close to actually. Okay, let's see here. All right. Okay. First, put that on top of that. Let me go rinse this off. Okay, here we go. Dry it off. All right. Now, I wish I could grab the big boards, but I have limited space, so I have no choice but to use that. So, all right. Okay. So we're gonna cut up 1 cup, 1/4 of butter. We're gonna cut it up. But also, we're gonna grab plastic wrap too. Okay, where should I can put it on top of this. All right, there we go. So now we're gonna cut up the butter, 1 cup, 1/4. And it's actually written on this. So this is, this time I have my glasses. This is okay, 1/2 cup. This is, it'll actually end up being 1 cup. Now, maybe I can go into the freezer, refrigerator, and get the regular butter out, and that'll be it. So we're going to actually we're gonna put this over. We're gonna put plastic wrap over the water. That's what we're gonna do. Okay. right, just make sure it doesn't stick together or else there's a problem. All right. All righty, there we go. So we're gonna make it go in. All righty. Okay, so we're gonna pull this aside. All right, and we're gonna cut up the butter. So this is gonna be 1 cup here. I might grab the butter that's in there. So here we go. It's horrible when you need reading glasses. Once you turn 50, watch out. So now, my next story I just mentioned, I'm going to try hard to look for another animal story. So, I did one with Steve Mango's dog. I did one with Stacy's dog, the former Scientologist. I did one with L. Ron Hubbard back in earlier years, what he did to animals. And as you cut it up, put it into the ice water. That's what the wrap is for. Each and every time you cut it up, put it in the ice water. Okay. All right, it's time to put it in. Okay, here we go. Now make sure all of the dill goes in. If not, then you're going to have to put in another teaspoon in there. Okay. Yeah, looks like you're going to have to put in another teaspoon. All right. Okay, there we go. Oh, yeah, make sure you put it in that. Make sure you actually put it in when it's actually in there, so it doesn't stick. So it won't end up being the bottom of the barrel. So you know what? I can't help it, but let's just put another 1/3 dill in there. All right. Okay. Put about maybe 1/3 in there. Okay, there. All right, and then you mix it up. Let me get another spoon to do that. All right. Here we go. All right, so we're gonna use this. All right. Now, don't put any butter in it because guess what? Rice has to come together. So you're gonna get a clumpier rice. So, and let it soak up the rice, but don't let it burn. Okay. Ooh. So first thing we're gonna do is fry up the potatoes. Oh, I did it again. I turned this one on. So let's see. So here we go. Cover that. Put it on 4. So I can get busy doing this. Now remember, this is for tomorrow's quiche. All right, so let's see. What should I talk about next? All right. in February, I know my sister-in-law doesn't want to talk about my family, her kids or whatever, but guess what? They're grown. I can talk about them when I want. I just won't mention their names. So I'm compromising. That's what I'm doing. She's going to be having a tea party in a form of the shower. She wants a tea party, an old-fashioned tea party. So that's what she wants. So mommy is doing that for her. Is my sister-in-law kind woman? And she wants to be, yeah. But yes, we are a nice family. We're not going to be totally well, they're not going to be totally nasty on you, my brother or my sister-in-law. It's just, well, yells a lot and the other one's controlling. Yeah. So it's okay. So you can't have people's personalities change. So, okay. All right. Yeah, this has to fit. So maybe cut it in half. All right. Alrighty. Ugh. All right. All right. Oh, sorry about the dead air. Okay, I just got distracted for a minute. I'm going to cut this up and see if I can actually. All right. Yeah, she wants it in the form of a tea party. So, all right. Cut this up. And this is a vegan olive-based butter. All right, it's cooking up. So I'm gonna let it cook up, and it smells so amazing. Let me tell you. All right. All right, move this. Okay. All right. I have to make room for the other butter. All right. I'm gonna cut this one up too. This up, and let's see here. Yeah, it looks like Prostate Alex is ready to go there. So follow all the rules of the protest. If you're not going to do that, Alex will ask you to leave. Simple. That's what he says. That's what he wants. So we're going to have to go by what he wants. It's his country. Or everybody's country, whatever. Okay. Oh boy, it's really cooking in there. All right. cut this up, put it in. Yeah, it's really going at it. Oh yeah, there we go. If only you can smell this. It's unbelievable. So let's stir it up. Until it gets nice and soft. Oh boy, am I sorry. Okay. Alrighty. So these are the two side dish. One is apple yam. The other one is Middle Eastern rice. Okay. Now, I'll get to that part after. Yeah, I'm doing everything at once. So, all right, we're going to put these in. You know what? It's really filled, so let's see. Yeah, we'll just, okay, so. Yeah, maybe, let's see here. Yeah. Now, like I mentioned before, I know you're probably going to sick of hearing this again. Tom Cruise may not show his face in public. That includes the INS. But if he does, I'll be shocked. Because if I've been through something like that, I wouldn't show my face in public. So, okay. All right. Okay. Now we're going to put it in a half a cup and just put it in little by little. Okay, so we're going to toss this. Let's see. Oh, 1 1/4 cup, excuse me. So we're gonna wipe my fingers off with a paper towel. I'm gonna get 1/4 butter and just stick it in there. Okay. All right, let's see here. Oh, here it is. So we're gonna put 1 cup butter in there. Oh, 1/3. Where's the 1/4? Find it. You know what? Let's actually use the 1/3 and just divide it up. That'll be 1/4. Okay. Okay. All right, so we're going to do this. All right, because I can't find my 1/4 in there. So now, little by little, we're going to take a spoon and just pop it in. Okay, so here we go. We're going to put this one in. All right. Now the rest goes back in here. Now. All right, that'll be 1/4. All right. Make sure the rice clicks together. Oh! Okay. All right, so that's it. Now, yeah, it's done so fast. How about that? Okay. And it's all due because I added on 5, which is too high. But guess what? I'm standing right here, so nothing can happen. All right, so there. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna wipe this off with the paper towel so it doesn't get stuck. All right, so now we're gonna take now it does have to stick together. So all right. Okay. All right, can't be that bad. So all right, now we're gonna take it out and put it in here, and then we're gonna cook it again. All right, so there we go. And it's gonna stick together like it was a cake. So make sure that happens. So they have this all over the Middle East. Now I'm gonna put 1 potato in there. Okay. All right. Now. Oh boy, if only you can smell this thing. Now, if it doesn't go down, then I'm probably gonna have to. All right. Okay, so now we're gonna take 1/4 or 1/3 of oil, olive oil. And then we're actually going to fry the potatoes. Alrighty. All right. Looks like, oh, wait a minute. So I'm going to have to wait before actually. All right. So put this back in the refrigerator. And then we're going to put this in the refrigerator as well. All right. Okay. Now we're going to put this back in the refrigerator. Okay. And then I'm going to wait 5 minutes. So let me check what time it is. Yeah, okay. All right. So it's going to be 44. Oh, if only you can smell this thing. It's unbelievable. So let's see here. Wipe off the spoon. All right. All right. We are going to cut this or peel, excuse me. So we're only going to use 1 because the bottom of this is so small. So, okay. My mom usually cuts this up when she was alive. She used to cut it up in small cubes and then just rolls it on the rice. And it's unbelievable. Yeah, that's what they do in the Middle East. If it's not Armenian rice. or pilaf. So I guess Americans call it rice pilaf because they want to actually address what kind of rice it is. But otherwise, then they'll call it pilaf. That's how they say it in Armenia. Okay, so. Okay, so let's just cut it up. Okay. All righty, there we go. All right, there we are. So it's all cut up. So we're actually, oh darn. Let's see here. All right. I'm going to put these in here for now. Okay. All right. All right. Flaring up. Let's see if all of them will go in there. Oh, yeah, there's enough room. All right, so there it is. Now that's going to fry up, and then we're going to dump it on top of it. Leave the oil there because guess what? It has to come out of the bottom. So, well, we'll just wash this off. And then put it back. Let's see. All right. And Tom Cruise having slave labor. I might be wrong, but he probably actually has regular housekeeper. I wonder what they're thinking about the slave labor. Are they actually there for long? I wouldn't be. And I'd be sick of looking at that too, so I would have quit. Okay. All right. All righty. Yeah. That whole organization ruins lives. Okay. So we're going to stir this up a little more. Okay. Right. You're going to let that fry. Oh, if only you can smell this thing. Now, okay. After that, let me see. All right. Now, we grab that out. Oh, boy. Yeah, I have to wash this out because you don't want our pie crust to taste like dill. Okay. All right. Here we go. All right. I'm going to dry it off. All right. Now, I'm going to grab out our butter out of the refrigerator. Okay. And then by tomorrow, it's going to be nice and stiff for our quiche tomorrow. Okay. Grab this out. All right. So now we're going to actually put this in. Okay. Okay. Yeah, let's just put this in. But the rest of them is cold, so. Okay. Now. Okay. Yeah. Usually they don't recycle things like this. Is it a shame? Yes, it is. So we're going to have to throw it out. All right, we're going to pour, I'm going to have this later. I'm going to actually pour it in a cup and then I'm going to drink it. Okay. All righty. Oh boy, that is so amazing. All right. Okay. All right. It's really cooking in there. So we're going to take 2 cups of butter. Flour. Okay. All right. Okay. Flour. Ah, here it is. All righty. This is going to be for our brunch tomorrow, as you know. So, 2 cups flour. And 1. And then 2. All right, there we go. And now we're going to mix it. And then come Thanksgiving, guess what? We're going to cook it a day before Thanksgiving. And you're going to be joining me. Okay? All right. Now. Okay, that is definitely frying up. So, put this back. Back up there. And then we're going to put this in that cabinet. All right. We're going to take a pastry mixer. Well, mine's together, stuck together. So let's see here. And then we're going to mash it up. This. And then I should have just used that wrapper to actually put it in there. Well, it's in the trash now. We can't do anything about it. Okay, we're going to keep on. Okay. Now, the reason why I put it on ice is because it has to be stiff. So. And we're going to make a vegan type, but let's see. If you're not a vegan, I don't know what to say. How much would 16-ounce eggs would be? I think it might be 12, I think. Or to have your cholesterol down, take half of it out. That's if you're having guests. Otherwise, use 6, take half out. So I guess I don't want to hand in my vegetarian apron, and I don't want to be disgraced by the vegan community. So that's it. Okay. Okay. All right. So all right, so there we go. We're gonna. Oh boy, I wish you were in here to smell that thing. Let me see here. Is it actually too much? No. So we're gonna keep on letting this boil until it gets to almost to the bottom. But however, do not let it burn. So make sure you're just standing there. And tell you the truth, if I was sitting in the living room and I'm too comfortable, that's it. Thing will burn. I burned my shepherd's pie the other day because guess what? I forgot about it. Yeah, that's the way it goes. You can't forget what you're cooking. All right. And one other thing, if you're not lazy, my hat's off to you. Okay. Yeah, I'm not going to be envious, and I'm going to try not to be either. Usually, I'm very supportive, and I decided to actually be patient with Buffer Squirrel or Fluffer Squirrel, whatever, because I have to switch up computers. And my brother had audacity to stick a parental control on that ridiculous thing. So now I have to see what I can do. All right. Maybe I'll ask him and okay. And maybe I will. I don't know. Okay. All right. It's working. So now we're going to put this in the refrigerator for tomorrow. I didn't think of actually using that wrap for this one. I don't know what got into me. Because nowadays, if you throw things away and it's food, it'll also put holes in the ozone layer. So I got to have to work on getting a food compactor. Okay. All right, there we go. Now, okay, make sure it's actually stiff, okay? So there we go. And actually get it together. Use your hands to put them together. And let's see. Okay. I'm going to see if I'm going to get my friends to come over 2 days before Christmas, since I'm going to have a Christmas tree. So let me see. All right, I'm going to put this down for now. Okay, we're going to. Okay. Okay. At the same time, we're going to. Okay. Okay. All right. So now we're going to clump this all together. Now, I'm going to grab out a. So we'll put this on the side. Okay. So let's see here. Okay. All right, so we're gonna clamp this together. So this is a vegan form butter. So we're gonna, as I go along, I'm gonna actually put it together. And of course, you know, I got this from a recipe book, but only I had it adjusted to fit me because, you know, the copyrights. So, and I definitely don't use it ahead of time. I know you get sick of hearing me say that. So, okay. And then Thanksgiving, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to make some apple pie. Okay. And then maybe some moose pie. So it's going to be a vegan mousse. So, okay. Maybe. I'm not sure. Okay. Alrighty. Got it done. So I made it into a ball. So, darn it. Okay. So, I'm going to have to wipe myself off. Okay. I'll get that off the floor too. You know what? Yeah, I'm just gonna. Hopefully, I won't step on it. All right. Hopefully, I don't forget about it and then step on it. Okay. Let's see here. Here we go. All right, there we go. Now we are going to put it in the refrigerator. And then tomorrow I'm going to grab it out for a brunch tomorrow, making quiche. All right. So I'm convinced because the tofu I'm going to be using is 16 ounce. So I'm convinced it's about maybe 13 ounces. All right. So there we go. All right. And then I'm going to get out. Oh my gosh. Yeah, this has to go in the trash. I regret that. So, although maybe I can put it in. Let me see here. Yeah, I can put it in. I'm not going to toss it. So, let me get it. So, I'm not going to be lazy. I'm just going to put it in. So, here we go. Yeah, no need to waste the earth. So, here we go. Okay. Okay, there we go. So now we're gonna pop it into all right. All right. So that should do it for that. Now I'm gonna hate to do this, but I have to wipe off my hands and then put this in the sink. And then that should do it for today. I'm gonna finish this with you. So it's been like 2 hours and 7 minutes. So, okay. So guess what? We accomplished a lot while on live. Okay. All right, let's see here. All right, here we go. I also got a new thing, Tom. So let's flip this over. No, it's not ready yet. Let's see here. Okay, it's gonna have to brown on both sides. Okay, let's see here. It's brown. Okay, and then after, we're gonna flip it over as soon as it browns up. And okay, we're getting close. Okay, now we're gonna stir it. Okay. And it's almost done. I wonder if I can pour it out and drink it. Well, okay. So, wait for it. All right. That should do it. At the same time, we're going to stick the rice in there. And we're going to let it cook for about maybe 5 to 10 minutes. Yeah. Keep your fingers crossed and hope that I don't burn. But it has to clunk together. Okay? Okay. It's going to be in like a cake form. And let's see, what else is there to actually talk about? Now we're going to wipe this thing off. You do not want butter to go into your sink and have it clog up. So take this off first. Okay. Now, yesterday was the protest. So I wonder what went down. So I guess they did not have the camera. I guess Aaron didn't feel like filming it. Either that they gave a court order not to. Now, all of you, remember, write into the Clearwater Police and express your outrage. When you're on my channel, express your outrage on what they did to Aaron. And tell them to put first-degree man assault on Erica's attacker and Aaron assault be dropped completely. Clutter their email up and show them your disgust. Should I do it? Maybe. Maybe I will, because you know what? I must practice what I preach, even though I have done that. All right. Okay. Now, we're going to see if we can flip this thing over. No, not yet. Okay. And then we're actually going to grab paper towel, even though I used enough of it. So, okay. Now we're going to put, wipe this off. Yeah, it's probably coming from. All right, it looks like I'm going to have to sponge this off because it's going to stick if I don't wipe it clean. All right, because the whole thing is cider, and you know cider will stick. All right. And then, of course, I just mentioned it. I will be making pie before, oh, how should I say? Before Thanksgiving, a day before Christmas. Thanksgiving, and you will be joining it. Okay? All righty. All right. Oh, if you were only here. Okay. So we got the apple yams. And is it going to go on to 3 hours? We're already at 2 hours and 15 minutes. So let's see, what else exciting things do I have to talk about? Yeah, thanks. Okay, okay, let me think. We don't want any dead air. What else is there? Okay. Now, all of you listen up. If you know a politician or a lawyer, go to them and see what they can do for you to actually make sure that they are accountable for their actions. That's if you know, or whatever. If you know a lawyer, go to them. If they're in your family, go to them and tell them how, if there's any way that they can be accountable for what they've done. So that's what I'm going to do, but I'm not going to mention any names. I am not going to say anything. So all right. All right. Here we go. All right. It's almost close to being done. Oh boy. The apples are so amazing. So let me think. That's a couple of ideas that I came up with. And yeah, it's about time they'll be held accountable for what they're doing to everybody in their organization. Everybody, not just Dave Miscavige, but Tom Cruise and the rest of the executive be liable or suffer some kind of consequence for what they're doing. So go to a lawyer if you know one and see what they can do about it. If they say there's nothing we can do, then it's a travesty. Okay. Let's see here. Okay, it has to keep flying up. All right, let's see if I can put it on a little bit higher. All right. All righty. I know you're bored, but I just want to do everything till we're done. But I will make it excited. I know this is crazy. So, all right. Let's see. I've been for the entire Thanksgiving. So guess what? I will be baking cookies. So then stick the cookies in the refrigerator or freezer till they're nice and preserved. All right. Okay. Oh boy, maybe I better close it. I don't want no oil popping up all over me. So, and let's see, you know, this is holiday season. I'm sorry you're so bored, everybody, but so let's see. We're going on to 2 hours and 20 minutes. So this is what cooking's really like. So, yeah, we don't want any dead air. So guess what? We're going to be talking. So, and plus, they recommend that it be a certain length, but I guess 3 hours would be enough, but it should be close to done. So, at the same time, I will come up with a conversation so you won't get dead bored. So, let's see here. All right. I think we're close to being, oh, yeah, we're almost there. All right. Okay, so make sure there's at least a little in there. About maybe 1/4 of a cup. Just make sure there is some in there. So let's see here. All right. Okay. It's has to be nice and brown, and then flip it over, make it brown on the other side, and then we're gonna dump in the rice. Okay. And then put it on low. Then let it cook. It's gonna clump together, and that's what it's supposed to do. Okay. So we're just gonna dump it in there and put it on low. And then after that, we're gonna mash this up, and hopefully it won't burn. Okay. Of course, Janice Gillen Grady and Mark Fisher had another interview. I just forgot what it was about. Yeah, isn't that a hoot? And they're also not on the directory, which I am shocked, since they actually, Janice Gillen Grady knows L. Ron Hubbard. What can he do? I know I keep repeating myself, but yeah. Get some makeup on because 1/2 of my face is pale. So, yeah, if you're a YouTube creator, make sure you get makeup on your face, or else you're going to look totally pale like I am right now. And if I'm all right looking, then, all right. So we are done. We're putting everything together. Now we're waiting it to be done. Let's see here. Okay, now we can flip it over. It's not totally brown, but it's not totally brown. But what can you do? All right, so we're gonna make sure it's brown. This one's okay. All right, so this one a little more. Okay. All right. Okay, it's close to being done, and it's going to be so amazing once we put it together. Oh, this would make an excellent side dish for your Thanksgiving meal. Of course, you're making new friends. You can invite them to your house, or maybe they'll invite you to their house. Yeah. So do not let Scientology get you down. So. Okay, and then after we're gonna mesh it up. Hopefully feel like it's not going to end up looking like gravy, but so yeah. Then we're going to take the masher and mash it up. Although the yams in there did break down. So maybe put about maybe 2 more yams in there. But I only had 7 of them, so 7 to maybe, depends how many people come in. It's about, let's see, if you're getting a crowd, make sure you have about 10 to 15. And 10 apples. So okay. Hopefully it's not going to turn into gravy. So, all right, here we go. Maybe it's, all right, there we go. All right, we'll just call it. Some of them are actually brown, so. Alrighty, so there we go. So the other side is going to brown up. And then we're going to stick in the rice, put it on low, and let it cook for about, I say 5 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes. So, oh boy. Yeah, let's hope it doesn't turn into soup. So maybe, yeah, maybe, oh geez. Yeah, I won't turn into soup. Okay. So we're going to wait till that comes to the bottom. I'm sorry, everybody, that you're bored, but I am trying to find something to talk about. So let's see here. Now there is Serge DeMar. Of course, you know, he was a young child that, got essayed while he was in Scientology's care. They saw him as an adult in a small person's body, which is disgusting. Now, children should never be treated like adults. They should enjoy their life as a child. Yeah, it's horrible. Okay, let's see what's going on here. Okay. Alrighty. All right. Okay. It looks like it's done because it's really, really soft. So we'll put the rice in. Okay. Okay. So there we go. All right. So turn it down a bit. About halfway. See how this turns out. Oh, yeah. I really actually, now make sure you don't burn it, but I know I used enough of these already, but take this, put it on, yeah, somewhere in the middle, and then, okay. All right, so there. But make sure it doesn't touch the bottom. So we're going to check on it in 5 minutes. Okay. Yeah, wouldn't it be a hoot if it, don't worry, I won't blow up the kitchen. I'll make sure I don't blow up my kitchen. So let's see. Okay. All right, so, okay, I'm going to make sure it doesn't burn. If so, yeah. Okay. Right. Okay, so now I'm going to take it off the burner. All right, now it has to be, yeah, I shut it off completely, so. Okay, I shut it off completely, and then make sure it actually, all right. Now, all right. Yeah, it looks like it's done. So that's it. That's it. It's done. So, all right. If it's a little bit too much, dump it out into a cup. All right. Yeah, just put 2 cups water and 2 cups. Okay. If it gets to be too much, then yeah. Okay. All righty. All right. All right. So just, yeah, put more yams in. Take whatever amount of yams you have, put it in there. Yeah, I messed up a little bit, I can admit. But if you don't do these things ahead of time, you're taking the risk of messing up. And they said they bring more laughs. Okay. So let's see. Oh, guess what? If you have one of these, it's a pretty penny. Big time. Just make sure you have a lid. I don't have the lid for this, though. All right. Okay. Yeah, that's a 70s product. And it's worth a fortune. But guess what? The lid has to be there. So let's see here. Ah! Oh boy. Oh, here we go. Okay, there we go. Now, or should I use the other one? Yeah, this is going to be too small. All right. Whew. Okay. Oh, no. You know what? I'm just going to use a bowl. Okay. Let's see here. Let me see. All right. All right. It looks like it cooked enough, so guess what? I'm going to leave it as is. So. All right, let's see. Mash. Even though it's a little soft, I'm going to mash it. Okay. And then we're going to put the pecans on top. Put all the yams in. Put like, you know what, depending on how many yams if you're putting 10 yams in there, yeah, put about 4 cups of cider. And then 1 cup of water. So that'll be about 5. And then put your ingredients in: 2 teaspoons cinnamon, 1 teaspoon nutmeg. And it does smell amazing. So we mash this up. And it is a consistency. So okay. All right. I did take some of it out. It's not really bad. It's about 1/4 of it. Well, about 1. Yeah, it's 1/4. Okay. So it's not that bad. So I'm good with it. So let's see here. I think I might use this bowl. All right. Yep. This was my dad's bowl. Of course, he's passed on. And I got his bowls and one of his fancy stuff, whatever it is. It's, yeah, years just go by. No, I'm going to use the other one. Okay. All righty. Okay. Sorry if you ended up bored, everybody. So, okay. Keep on mashing it. It's almost like baby food, but you know what? That's what it is. Well, no, not really what it is, but almost like applesauce, which I'll be making maybe next week. And then, yeah, I'm calling this countdown to side dishes for your Thanksgiving table. Am I going to make turkey? No way. So this is for our vegan table. Okay. But however, I am going to be going to my sister-in-law's house, so I'm going to bring all the side dishes to her house, whether she likes it or not. Okay. So, and I am going to plan on opening up my merch store. Okay. Now, yeah, I'm going to cancel that other thing. I thought I was an affiliate, but apparently you're supposed to actually sell something while you're on there. I thought I was going to get cash out of it, but I'm not. Now I own $36, which I am limited on my funds, so I'm going to have to cancel that. So I am gonna open up a merch store on YouTube. So, okay. Yeah. I am not in the position to donate. Since I'm not in that position, I'm going to make half of it going to the SPTV Foundation, maybe the Aftermath Foundation. I don't want to leave them out. So, and then the other half will go to me. It'll have a different statement, not the SP statement or the squirrel. So, okay. So yes, I am just not in the position to do that. I'm not worth a penny. So I am saving my money, and guess what? I don't need to spend any of my money. So I just leave it as is. So, okay. All right. All right. There we go. All right. Is it going to wind up like soup? I hope not. So that'll do it. So. All right, and now we're going to pour it on top. Well, put it in, of course. All righty. So here we go. Yeah, it looks like I'm fine without the lighting. And it is getting dark, so I'm going to stick this in there. Yeah, it's baby food. Isn't that a food? So, put this in there. Okay. And it's not bad, considering. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. Oh, I'm giving you dead air again, am I? All right. And there we go. All righty. Okay. Now, here we go. Here it is. And then we're going to pour the pecans on top. Okay. All righty. Maybe I should have just had a cup, but since I put so much in there, so maybe I should have just chopped up one cup. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to put it all in anyway. Maybe I'll. All right, there we go. Perfect for your Thanksgiving table. This is what it looks like. All right. So let's see about this. Okay. Oh, hopefully it's sticking. All right. If not, I'm going to go crazy. But of course, it's just food. All right. So let's see if it works. Let's see here. Let me see here. I'll just do this. All right. Let's see if it'll work. Keep your fingers crossed and hope I did it right. So it's supposed to be like a cake form. Hopefully it is. Oh my gosh, isn't that amazing? Okay, so here we go. Let me get all right, and then you flip it upside down. If not, we'll try again. Okay. Oh, geez. Didn't sound like it worked. Oh boy, it's not a cake form. Maybe I should have left it in there a little while, but you know what? At least I tried. But guess what? We'll try again. Maybe I didn't leave it in long enough, but what can you do? So some of it clumped in there. So here we go. Yeah, it's supposed to be clunking together, and of course it didn't. So let it steam up a little while longer. Put it on low. And maybe leave it in for about 30 minutes. Yeah, make sure the stove is off and the steam is there. Make sure that the steam is really in there because it's supposed to be like a cake-like rice. It has to be like cake. And this, oh my gosh, was so amazing. Well, guess what? That should do it for today. Tomorrow we got brunch. Hopefully I won't be in late because I have to do some shopping. So, okay. Other than that, if I go later, I'll see you at 10. If not, then I'll change the time and you'll know it. So, see you tomorrow.